guys, welcome to Vlogmas number 7. So it is Sunday today and I'm currently getting ready to go out. I'm finally getting my oil change done today because I didn't get it done the other day. I was gonna go to Walmart to get my oil change, but my car also needs some brakes and my brother is usually the one that does it and he knows how to do an oil change, so I just figured I would have him do it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start doing my hair. I honestly don't even want to do my hair because it's like gloomy and rainy outside. Unfortunately, my husband had to work today, so that kind of sucks. Sundays is normally our family day. I honestly don't want to do my hair. I guess I'm just gonna do it because it honestly doesn't take me that long, but I'm just trying to get out of the house. So while I'm getting ready, I figured I would do some Q&As. I haven't done one in years. The last one I did was way before I even got kids. I was recently married, but no kids. I thought I would just pick out some questions to answer. So I'm just gonna real quickly do my hair and then I'll be back to do the Q&A. I actually like applying my face cream after doing my hair because if I put it before and I'm doing my hair, all of my hair just kind of sticks to my face and I really don't like that feeling. Alright guys, I changed my shirt because I feel like the other light one was making me look a little washed out. I think this one's a little better. Alright guys, I'm gonna start with the Q&A. So first question. So I'm gonna do this question first just because I just did my hair. It says, what is your go-to hairstyle? So this has been my go-to hairstyle lately. I think this has been my go-to for about a year, I want to say. Ever since I got the Shark Flex Fusion, I feel like I haven't done anything different than this, but I actually love this hairstyle. So this also comes with a straightener attachment, but honestly I haven't even been straightening my hair like that. I only use it to straighten like my edges here. I'm going to start on my makeup because I'm gonna get behind here. Another question, how would you describe your fashion sense? Right now my fashion sense is not that great. Honestly, I've mentioned this before in one of my videos, but I feel like ever since becoming a mom, or just my style of dressing hasn't been the best. I feel like even before, my fashion wasn't like the greatest. It was so simple, but I feel like that's my style right now. It's super simple, like jeans and a cute t-shirt, or not t-shirt, a cute shirt. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now because also since becoming a mom I have gained some weight and I feel like recently I've gained a little bit more weight. So lately it just feels like nothing that I put on fits like how I want it to be, or it doesn't feel comfortable. I don't know if that makes sense. The foundation I'm going to be using is this Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. And it's this right here. The next question is, how many siblings do you have? I only have 2 siblings and I have 2 brothers. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is green. Green. Next question is, do you prefer tea or coffee? I actually prefer both. And I would say lately I haven't been drinking coffee like that. I've been trying to just stick to water because If you guys didn't know, coffee actually dehydrates your body. But yeah, I've been trying to limit my coffee intake. For eyebrows, I am using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, and I'm using it in the shade Light Brunette. And for concealer, I use the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Full Wear. I've actually been loving this concealer. Next question, what sports did you play? I never actually played in a team, but I loved soccer. I remember in college, I was actually, it wasn't a team, it was just like an extra activity, but it was like only soccer that we played. And oh my gosh, I remember I enjoyed that class so much. When I was very, very little, I want to say either elementary school or middle school, I actually wanted to be a cheerleader so bad. But I think that was because I had friends who were cheerleaders, so yeah, but I never actually got on a team. And the brush I'm going to use to blend my concealer is this Morphe brush. I don't even know what number it is. This one's actually very, very old, but this is my concealer brush. For those of you wondering about our move, so basically right now we're just waiting for our house to sell. Going into this, I had no idea how selling house worked. Our plan right now is obviously just wait till the house sells, and we're actually gonna move in with my in-laws for a little bit. Our plan is to save a little bit of money before we actually find our new house, but that is a plan for now. Guys, I look so white on the screen, my goodness. I wonder if I could turn down the brightness on here. I think that looks a little bit better. I'm about to set my under eye, and I'm gonna use this Infallible Blurfection powder. This is actually a very, very light powder. For my contour, I'm using this Revolution Makeup Cream Bronzer, and it looks like this. The lid actually broke off, so a little bit of this cream bronzer goes a long way. I also like to bring it to my eyelid just to add some dimension on there, and a little bit on my nose. I feel like for a while I forgot how to do makeup. After my second baby, I feel like I really did not do my makeup like that. And if I did, I would just put a little bit of mascara, my white liner, and that was it. But I slowly started doing it again, and I can't tell you guys how good it feels being able to do my makeup again. It just feels like I am myself again, because this is what I used to love to do before having kids. For blush, I'm going to be using this Physicians Formula Butter Glow and Go stick. I love the blush color on this stick. This is in the shade Berry Tan. They have other shades because they also have a bronzer stick. I used to love wearing this in the summer, but right now it just looks very orangey. But I like to go in with the brush first and then apply it. I just feel like it gives it a better seamless look instead of just like doing the strip. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. exfoliating lipstick because it removes the excess makeup on my lips, and I'm just gonna rub it off. Okay, and this lipstick is by NYX in the shade Nude Beige. It's just getting smaller and smaller. And I've gone to the store so many times this week and I just forget to get one. I'm just gonna do a little bit of eyeshadow. You got a new toothbrush? I'm gonna add a little bit to my lower lash line. Next question is, what is your morning routine? The first thing I like to do in the mornings is like to get myself and the kids ready. I know some people like to stay in their PJs, have breakfast, and still be in their PJs for a while, but I feel like if I stay in my PJs, I feel like, I don't know, like I'm just being lazy, like non-productive. I don't know how to explain that feeling. But yeah, first thing is get myself and the kids ready, like brush our teeth, wash our face, change, and then we go downstairs, have breakfast, and then after that it's just kind of like whatever. Next question is, do you like dogs or cats? Oh my gosh, this is a funny story, kind of. So I've always loved dogs, and I always will. I grew up being a dog person, and we had so many dogs at my parents' house, and I was always kind of against cats. I don't know why, I just had this weird thing towards cats. And my mom, not too long ago, actually got a cat. And she was leaving to Mexico, so she needed somebody to watch the cat. Obviously, I said yes, and oh my gosh, you guys, we fell in love with the cat so bad. My husband felt the same way about dogs and cats. Like, he loves dogs, and he always had like a weird thing towards cats too. And after we had that cat for, I want to say 2 weeks, we all were just in love with the cat. We honestly didn't want to give it back, and my mom actually told us we can keep it, but since we are in the process of moving, we just told her we couldn't. And I honestly didn't want another duty to do, because it does make a little bit of a mess, not anything crazy, but I did have to be keeping up with it, especially if there was people coming to see the house. I didn't want to be adding another chore to my list. I'm going in with this Maybelline Tattoo Gel Pencil Liner in white. I'm just gonna line my waterline. But yeah, so apparently now we are cat people. This is a random question, but it says, which of your parents do you resemble? I feel like I resemble my mom a lot. It says, do you prefer the city or the country? Honestly, as I've gotten older, I prefer the country more. Definitely when I was younger, I liked the city vibe more, but yeah, I would definitely move to the country. Next question is, what was your first job? My first job was at a restaurant being a hostess. It was actually my friend's dad's restaurant, and honestly, I liked it. It actually taught me how to be a little more social, because obviously before that, I never had a job. So I had to greet people, sit them down, and yeah, which obviously is not a lot of socializing, but that was enough for me back then. I remember I would get so nervous when people would walk in. For my lower lashes, I like to use this Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I feel like it's the perfect brush for my lower lashes. Alright guys, last question. What was your dream job as a kid? This one I think is kind of funny, but I actually had a lot of interest when I was little. I first wanted to be a lawyer, then I wanted to be a teacher, and then I wanted to be an astronaut. I remember when I wanted to be a lawyer, I would create like little scenarios on a book. And I remember I would tell my cousins to pretend like they were coming into my office and telling me about their case, and me coming up with like a conclusion of what was gonna happen to them. Thinking back now, oh my gosh, I think it was the funniest thing ever, and I miss those memories so much. Also, when I wanted to be a teacher, I remember I would set up my stuffed animals like on a chair in my room, and I would set them up like if they were the classroom and I was a teacher, and I literally would create like little folders of like their homework and like their schedule and what they had to do. And I remember my mom buying me a whiteboard, like a good decent size, so I would set it up on a chair and I would come up with like a lesson plan, a question of the day type of thing, basically inspired from what I was doing at school. And then when I wanted to be an astronaut, I remember back in my school they had like a book fair where they sold books, pencils, pens, really cool fun stuff. And I remember they had this like little kit for like I honestly don't remember exactly what it came with, but I remember it came with a little telescope, and I was so intrigued by the moon and just like space. I was just so interested in like what else was out there, and I remember I wanted to travel to the planets so bad. And yeah, I remember ever since having that little telescope, I would go outside every night and go look at the moon, because I was actually able to see the moon's like crates, and I just thought that was so interesting. But yeah guys, so I am done with the makeup. Alright, ready? Close your eyes. Hopefully I see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas number 8. And thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.